If you're considering a move to the greater Daytona Beach area, or maybe you already live here and you're wondering what is there to do, well, that's what this video is about, and I'm starting right now. Oftentimes I get families or single people or even married couples moving here and they're wondering what's there to do. A big fear is they don't want to get here and have nothing to do or no way of maybe even making some friends and they just sit home all alone and bored. Trust me, that's not going to happen here. I personally raised 2 kids here and we always had something to do inside Daytona Beach or within a 20 or 30 minute drive. Of course, Disney in Universal Studios and all that's just an hour drive. But what I'm talking about today is tons of things to do in this local area right here. Now that I'm older and my kids are grown and don't want to hang out with me as much, there's plenty to do as an elderly person as well. Maybe you have a spouse that doesn't like to do things or you're single. Well, there's tons to do, and that's what this video is about. And I'm going to start off with one of my favorite places, especially when my kids were younger. I don't go there anymore, but it's Daytona Lagoon Water Park. There's tons of activities. Not only do they have a massive game room inside, but outside they have go-kart racing and of course a huge water park with water slides, lazy river, pools, a kiddie area, pretty much anything you can think of for a water park, and it's located right across from the world's most famous beach. We used to love going to Daytona Lagoon, and sometimes we didn't get too worn out, go across the street and go for a quick dip in the ocean. Another one of my favorites is Ponce Inlet Lighthouse and Museum. Ponce Inlet is where the ocean and the river meet. If you haven't been down there, it's a must-see, absolutely gorgeous. And down there they have a true lighthouse that you can climb up. Go ahead, it's quite the climb. And then they have, but the sights are so worth it once you get up there. And they have a nice museum. Also, while you're down there, check out some of the amazing restaurants right there on the water. They have some really good restaurants there. Another fun thing while you're down there is the Marine Science Center. This is where they will rescue a lot of wildlife and then they heal them back and they release them. It's really a nice place to stop, especially if you're already down there at Ponce Inlet. Fun fact also, if you have a pet, Ponce Inlet is one of the places where your pet can actually go on the beach. There's a pet park where your dog can run into the water. So make sure you check that out while you're down there for all you pet lovers or pet owners. While you're in Daytona Beach, if you love a good bargain, make sure you stop by the Daytona Flea Market. There are hundreds and hundreds of booths and vendors located at our Daytona Flea Market. It is one of the largest you may have ever seen for sure. I did a video a few years ago on it. I'll go ahead and post it here. It's still just as wonderful. Actually, I went there yesterday. The weather was so nice here. I said, well, let me go ahead and walk around the Daytona Flea Market. It was packed. It was so nice because they also were having a car show in the parking lot, and that was really fun too. I just practically made a whole day out of looking at the cars and going up and down the rows and rows of vendors located at the Daytona Flea Market. Always a good time, and you can even catch something to eat there if you like. Set sail on the Atlantic Ocean. Well, maybe you don't have a boat, or you're just here visiting, or you just moved here and haven't had time to think if you even want to do a boat. Well, there's plenty of tours. You set sail for the day, go on a dinner cruise, go deep sea fishing, go rent kayaks, jet skis, canoes, boats, you name it. If you want to get on the water, there's plenty of opportunities for whatever you can imagine. And if you're here at Christmas, make sure you check out our Christmas parade of boats. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now maybe you're here and it's a rain or overcast day, or you're just kind of getting tired of being out in the sun all day. Make sure you go to Daytona Museum Arts and Science. Absolutely love that place. They even have a little kids area. But if you're an adult and you're not interested in that, there's tons to do. They have a train. They have the Coca-Cola edition, tons of teddy bears. Cars are in there. All kinds of wonderful things. And a fun fact is they have dinosaur bones they have found from a dig site right in that area. They found real dinosaur bones here in Daytona Beach, and they're inside the museum as well. I have this huge fascination with dinosaurs, so I think that's what draws me to that museum all the time. There also are museums in New Smyrna Beach and a lovely museum in Ormond Beach as well. Also, be sure and check out, we have some amazing parks, like Tomoka State Park. There's Park, which is located in Ormond. It's just a little north of Daytona Beach. There's Smyrna Dunes, which is in New Smyrna Beach, located just a little south of Daytona Beach. And one of my all-time favorites is the Ormond Loop. You can drive through it, and you'll drive through like a tunnel of trees, and you come out, and if you've been to the Everglades or wondered what it looked like, it's like a very mini looking Everglades. It's gorgeous. You can fish down there, like underneath the bridge. I'll see people fishing. I used to take my son down there fishing. You can drive through it. When I used to live closer to it, I used to ride my bike part of the way through it. So you'll just see all kinds of activities going on at the Ormond Loop. But like I said, there's other parks too, like Smyrna Dunes, Tomoka State Park, to name a few, where you can go hiking, bird watching. Some even offer camping. Some you're allowed to bring your pet. Just check it out first. There may be on some, like the Ormond Loop's free, but I think some of the other parks, maybe there's like a small charge per vehicle to enter the park. Over there on beach side, you might want to stop by and see who's playing at the Daytona Bandshell. The Daytona Bandshell can host up to 5,000 people in their audience. It's where the Daytona, right at the end of the Daytona Boardwalk, where there's plenty of restaurants and some shopping going on there. And oftentimes they will have live bands there for free, and they will be having a concert. You could even be walking down the beach listening to them. Make sure you check out the Bandshell. Whether there's something going on or not, it's always something you can walk up to and check it out for yourself. And speaking of the Daytona Bandshell being located at the end of the Daytona Boardwalk is another must see. If you're real adventurous, go ahead and hop on that slingshot and get slung into the air. Or they have, if you're more like me, like to stay on the ground, they have lots of little arcades, some great little restaurants. Nice place to just sit back and relax, and of course, an amazing view of the ocean. Okay, back on mainland. If you're a little bit of a gambler, make sure you check out Daytona's Racing and Card Club. That's where you can go. You can catch a great dinner at an affordable price. They have on the screens horse racing. They have a whole gambling room. I don't really gamble, but I have been through it, and I live by it, and I see that parking lot's always full. So something wonderful is going on for those of you that do entertain gambling. Okay, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Daytona Beach, the world's most famous beach. You can go to the beach. Certain areas you can still drive on the beach. We have that hard packed sand. It's quartz sand. It's hard, so it will hold the weight of a car without it sinking, providing the tide's not in. Nice thing about that is you pay a small fee to get on the beach, and then you have your car right next to you. You can play your music real low, get your kids' toys out, your snacks, have a lunch, whatever, and have your car right next to you. And those of you that don't like to park on the beach, or maybe the water's up, there's plenty of parking nearby, oftentimes free, which brings me to my next one is they have those splash parks. I prefer to go to the splash parks when I like to take a walk down the beach, because I'll park my car at the splash park, and they're free parking, and there's restrooms there. They also have kids' play areas and water that comes out of the ground. That's why they call it the splash park. There's a few of them up and down Atlantic Ave, because as many of you may or may not know, our beaches run for miles and miles here. So you will find the splash park, one down in Ormond, Daytona, and I think Daytona Beach Shores. Nice thing is, if you're just, say, walking, or even if you have your kids, everyone's covered in sand. Even from walking, your feet get covered. So you can come back up to where the splash park is, and you can rinse your kids off, have them run around in the water. There's outdoor showers where you can just rinse your feet or your whole body off. And again, they have bathrooms in case you want to change your clothes first. It's just a really nice place. Really nice addition they have added to make our beaches even more wonderful. So check out those splash parks. Okay. Well, I'm not a huge racing fan, but I know Daytona is clearly known for the Daytona International Speedway. I do enjoy when everyone comes to town. You can just feel their energy and excitement, seeing all the racers walk around with their coolers, heading to the racetrack. And if the race isn't going on, like say monster truck race or a motorcycle or a car race is not going on, you can stop by to the visitor center. I think they offer tours of the track. I think you could even do still the Richard Petty driving experience. I actually won a ticket to that many years ago, and I was too afraid to take it. So I gave it to my brother. He absolutely loved it. He highly recommends that experience if you're up for that. Or just go into the Welcome Center there and just check out the Welcome Center and see all the fun racing facts. Definitely a must stop. Even if you're like myself, maybe not particularly a racing fan, it's still worthwhile stepping into Daytona International Speedway. Well, we have a couple more things for the adventurous type. We do have that zip lining. I've never gone on it, but when my kids were younger, I took them to it. We have one right in the heart of Daytona Beach off of, I believe, Nova and International Speedway Boulevard. I still drive by it and I see it. It's kind of within the trees. It's a really pretty setting. Get some great photos. But if you're really adventurous, you can take a 20-minute drive and be at DeLand skydiving. They have a skydiving place there where you can sign up and jump out of an airplane if that's your thing as well. I know a lot of people come here and learn how to skydive or whatever they do. That is something you'll never see me doing. I've gone and watched some friends and it's even hard for me to watch, but I know they get a real thrill out of it and they absolutely love it. So if that's your thing, we have DeLand skydiving about 20 minutes from Daytona Beach. If you're into sports, we have the Jackie Robinson ballpark here. I've been to quite a few events there. I'm not really into sports, but once in a while there'll be a real estate event and I'll go and support everyone and network with some of my real estate agents. And it is really honestly a fun time. Sometimes in the summer it gets a little warm, but if you're a baseball fan, we do have the beautiful Jackie Robinson ballpark. We also have more my speed. We have a little putt-putt. Of course we have golfing all over the place. And if you like surfing, plenty of surfing here, and from what I hear is New Smyrna Beach, which is just moments from Daytona, has plenty of surfing. Cocoa Beach is about 40 minutes, and I believe that's a real popular surfing place as well. But again, back to Daytona Beach, you can do plenty of surfing in our immediate area. I see people out there surfing all the time. So pretty much whatever you're looking for, whether it be golfing, surfing, fishing, shopping. We have Tanger outlets now too. Plenty of restaurants, absolutely tons of restaurants. Because beachside is primarily a tourist area. There's a certain section, and if you're looking to move here, I can definitely help guide you to where, if you want to be more where the tourist is, maybe an investment property, or outside of it. Beachside, mainland, pros and cons of both. Oh, I'm your gal. Just go ahead, give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email. Just know I got your back when moving to the greater Daytona Beach area. Till next time.